And don't forget, Nigerian passport, this passport ecosystem, that's the fastest way. That's like it's a window between the service and the public, both locally and internationally. So it's an area where we cannot afford to fail Nigerians. This administration, we're trying to make things better. We're trying to look inward, look outward, and look forward as well. So I urge you, these 3 days, it's going to be intensive. And we have facilitators who are on ground to make sure that you understand what you're being taught. And I urge you to ask questions. Make it as interactive as possible. And I'm also referring to the facilitators as well. Make sure it's as interactive as possible so they learn. You must leave here after 3 days with actionable plans to know that when you go back to your post, you hit the ground running. You know what you ought to do. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And I must also let you know that the stance of the service is zero, absolute zero tolerance to corruption, bribery, or any fraudulent activities. Anybody who is associated or caught in such acts will be dealt with severely, immediately. Immediately, consequences. In as much as we're, doing consequences on people erring, we also award and we reward excellence as well. We appreciate when people know what to do and they do the right thing. And I know you guys are all working hard. I know what it is. It's not easy. I know, and I appreciate your hard work. I appreciate the fact that you keep the system moving. But that is not enough. It is not enough. The ordinary is not enough. The usual business is not enough. It's not acceptable anymore. Nigerians expect better from us. And this uniform we're wearing is in trust. It's a symbol of trust. That if you see a Nigerian immigration officer, you know that yes, your borders are secure, your identity management, your identity security documents are secure. So it's a trust. So please, that trust must be maintained. We cannot afford to break that trust because the image of the system. Mr. Ajala, am I boring you? Because I see you're sleeping. Please, I want you all to know that this workshop is not a joke. Because rising from this 3 days workshop, any officer, any person who is caught, whether in your service, whether in your station or your post, because you will be responsible for everyone under your command, every of your officers. You are there supervising it. So anybody, don't tell me that, oh, I didn't know it was, he did it without my accord or without my knowledge. That is not tenable anymore. We will hold everyone accountable. You must know what is happening in your area, in your post. So please, I'm begging you now. I beg you, so that you won't have to beg me. That's the popular saying of our honorable minister. He'll say, I'm begging you now, so that you don't beg me. So I'm also begging you guys now, so you don't come to beg me afterwards. We must all be up and doing. It's not enough for you to do the ordinary, to do just the bare minimum. It's not acceptable. Because the post you hold is very, very critical. Because anyone who holds that passport, you're saying that you have certified that person a bona fide true Nigerian. That is what it means. So before you issue anybody with that passport, make sure that, yes, you are satisfied that this person is a bona fide Nigerian. That is what our act says. And that is what you must all do. because we're getting too many incessant issues of non-Nigerians acquiring our passport. But I'm grateful and I'm happy that you're reporting them to the service headquarters. Please increase your vigilance, because I know a lot of your commands, a lot of passport offices have reported these cases. And of course, legal is working on it. We'll make sure that we prosecute them. They will not go free. Not anymore. It's not acceptable. So please, I urge you all to make sure that you make these 3 days count. Make sure you mop up as much knowledge as possible. The instructors, the facilitators are there. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Do not be ashamed. Nobody knows it all. That's why you're all here. If you have questions, if you have doubts, if you have observations, or any issues at all, please voice them, so that you'll be put the right way, you'll know what to do. NIS is being transformed. We're transforming NIS. And our passport ecosystem is a very critical area. Because like I said, that's where we have direct contact with Nigerians. So we must step up. We must live up to expectation of Nigerians. We can't afford to let Nigerians down. That trust that is reposed in us, we must uphold it. And I beg you, you're the ones that do it. The contactless, the automation of the passport, you are the key officers who make this work. If nobody has told you, I'm telling you today that we owe the success of these processes to you. And I thank you for that. In as much as I'm thanking you, I'm asking you to move it up a notch. Let's move it up a notch. Let's make sure that in issuing this document, we are very, very thorough. You make sure you do your due diligence. Make sure we maintain the integrity of this passport, because that's the passport that takes us all over the world. And the world is judging us. If you issue it to non-Nigerians, they will know. So we don't want our credibility in question. That's why you must all step up and make sure that every document you issue, every passport, must be to a bona fide Nigerian. On that note, I want to welcome you all to this 3-day workshop. And I also declare it open. And I hope and pray that you will all engage accordingly and make sure that it's as fruitful and it's as engaging as possible. And that at the end of these 3 days, when you're all going back to your posts, you'd have gained a lot of knowledge that you know that you will use when you get back to your posts. And I hope that from now on, it will be good news I hear from your post, each and every one of you. Please. Like I said, excellence will be rewarded. It will always be rewarded. I wish you all a very happy deliberation. Thank you very much.
And professionalism of passports administration in Nigeria. As you are aware, the Passport Directorate plays a central role in safeguarding the identity of Nigerian citizens and ensuring that our travel documents reflect the highest standards of global acceptability. The reforms initiated in recent years, particularly the migration of the A-series passports to E-passports regime, have brought about transformative changes. However, the success of these reforms hinges on your competence, commitment, and leadership at the various passport offices across the country. This workshop is designed not only to equip you with the technical know-how of the electronic passport environment, but also to instill the values of discipline, integrity, and service excellence. You'll be exposed to modules on ICT integration, customer satisfaction, document vetting, all of which are essential for your role as gatekeepers of our national identity. Let me remind you, the Nigerian passport is more than a travel document. It is a symbol of citizenship, a tool of empowerment, and a reflection of our national pride. Therefore, you must ensure that issuance process is devoid of bottlenecks, corruption, and undue influence. Touting, extortion, and any form of malpractice must be eradicated from our operations. I urge you to embrace this opportunity with seriousness and dedication. The knowledge you gain here must translate into improved service delivery, greater public trust, and a passport system that Nigerians can be proud of. Together, let us build a passport directorate that is responsive, transparent, and globally respected. Thank you, and I wish you a productive and enlightened